What's up, everybody, and welcome back. It is a gorgeous spring day here, and I can't wait to dig into this video. I'm going to be covering a few things, none the least of which is an update on this lawn. We're going to do an update on my buddy's lawn from 2 weeks ago, and then we are going to have a conversation with Kane, who won the 10,000 subscriber giveaway we did coming into winter last year. So, let's get into the video. I've got some explaining to do. It's going to be super fun. Let's roll it.
What's up, everybody?
Okay, so first things first, let's go jump over to my buddy's property. I want to show you this. Now, as we go through here and you see these images, I did some before and after so you can be kind of looking at how this is moving along. There are still weeds that need to be killed. That's going to take just a little bit more time. There was a lot of stuff that was covered up. Obviously, there was no pre-emergent applied to this, and it'll have a little bit more work to do. So the lawn greened up like crazy. It is growing, it is flushed, it is doing really super well. Things are moving along awesome. But one cool thing I wanted to point out was this aspen tree. The aspen tree that's in the front, I only treated half of it, and you can see right here, and this was the day that I treated. I just sprayed around one side, and then you can take a look at the leaves and see how it came out first. We're going to get into videos about spraying trees, and I just wanted to show everybody that particular visual because of the way that trees work and how they translocate and move nutrients. Next, you're probably wondering about my lawn. But before we look at my lawn, I have an important announcement to make. I have picked up a sponsor for this channel. So we're gonna have some commercial breaks over the next little while. It's like a 5-part thing. And it's a really good group. They've been making tools and chemicals and just incredible things for the lawn care industry for a long time. So I'm proud to have them on board. So here's just a quick word from our sponsor.
From the makers of Untimely Wind comes Rusted Rake, the only tool that you need that you can never find, because it's never where you left it. Rusted Rake does all the hard jobs you need it to. Leaves, grass, gravel. Rusted Rake comes in a variety of handles. Splinter, fiberglass splinter, slippery aluminum, and for those social distancing guidelines, extra extendable rusted rake handles. This is truly the only tool you will ever need, ever have to find, and always have to look for. Rusted Rake does all the hard work for you. It's almost as if you don't even have to show up. You know you've got the right tool for the job. You just don't know where it is. Rusted Rake, a Rikers Island family chemical company.
Good folks over there at Rikers Island. Here's where we are right now. So we did this 7 days ago. 7 days ago. This is how much the grass is already filled in. It's doing extremely well. I have no complaints here. The deeper spots are going to take just slightly longer, but already the grass is coming up pretty quick. The vole areas have virtually filled in, and that's doing pretty good. This isn't taking very long at all. So, grass is green, grass is healthy, dark green. It's due for a mow. I probably need to do that. I was letting it kind of grow up. This is the one thing I will point out. So, I mowed with my little cylinder mower, the Great States, just over to this side and over on that side of the sand, but I didn't do anything down the strip. So there's a growth line 6 or 8 feet wide as I had the sand spread before across that section. That's maybe 2.5 inches. So I'm just letting this grow up. It's gonna grow for a while, and then I'm gonna take the John Deere across it, and that'll be that. Okay, so you see how this thing's doing? Great, wonderful, moving on. I have the other project lawn with the new sod that I'm gonna be going back to in the next day or so, so that's kind of important. I wanna make sure that that gets updated. It's moving along quite nicely. Now, back to why this video is important. So, John won the subscriber giveaway late last fall, early winter. We're coming up on another milestone. During that feed where he was announced, I said I would be doing this same type of giveaway every 5,000 subscribers. And with the way things have been going lately, that's going to come up relatively quick. So basically the way this worked out was product was included based on a soil test, which I paid for, kind of everything you need, a lawn plan, the whole deal, swag. It was pretty cool. So that's coming up again. 15,000 subscriber giveaway is going to be happening. So let's jump into this with John Kane. He's going to be on the phone. We're going to talk about his soil test, and then we're going to move right along. All right, everybody, I got Mr. John Kane on the phone, contest winner of the 2019 10,000 subscriber giveaway that we did last fall.
What's up, everybody?
All right, so here's what we got. Now, part of this thing is I had John pull some soil samples and send them off to Spectrum Analytic, and we've got that test right here. But we're going to walk through that real quick and then talk about what products that I have coming his way right now. Johnny, you got your test in front of you, right?
Yes, I do.
All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at that thing, and we'll go through it in the same way that I go through all of these things so that people at home can follow along, and then we can implement a plan, and hopefully people can get a good idea of the way this is going to go, okay?
Sounds good. Let's do it, buddy.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and start at the top right there. You've got a soil pH. Can you tell me what that says?
6.8.
6.8. Right underneath it says buffer pH. What does that say?
6.8.
That's great. So let me explain that real quick. So you've got an actual soil pH of 6.8. When they do buffering in the lab, they tend to adjust the pH to a level if they need to acidify it or to buffer it, say with like the same you would use lime, to get it to a level where the most nutrients will be read and used. So you are right in balance on that, my friend, with the way that the lab liked it and what's going to give you the best release out of the nutrients in your soil.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I'm pretty good at my fish tank, too.
Oh,
that's 687.
Oh, man, I got a hot tub you could work on. We've got an organic matter reading next that says 2.3%, right? We're saying the same thing? Now, this is going to be something I can pretty much guarantee has been climbing, because we're going to talk a little bit about his history and what he's been doing. But at 2.3%, if I go to the next number down, I see a 10.7 CEC. Now, 10.7 CEC is going to be sort of a sandy loam mix, and building up organic matter in that is super, super important because the particle sizes are big, and we want to catch as much fertilizer and nutrient material as we possibly can. So having that CEC number where it is, and then having your organic matter where it is, that's starting to help to capture more nutrients.
That's great.
Is there anything that you can say to people about CECs that you've either learned or that you can share with confidence?
Well, from what I know, like your products are healthy for the soil. I don't know scientifically like all about that stuff, but I know what to put down to make it right.
Now, how do you like that? See, science doesn't matter. You just got to know what to put down to make it right.
DIY it. That's all I can say about that.
It's good. So here's what we got going on here. So if we just skip all the way down to the chart, you have a K reading on there that actually is in the low side. And you can see your phosphorus is really super high, pH in a good zone, magnesium good zone, calcium good zone, sulfur maybe a little bit low, but not much to really worry about there. Then you've got some minor elements that are easy to adjust. Iron is really super high.
John, is the iron the Fe?
That is yes. Fe is iron. And then you've got manganese, which is just fine. I mean, it's right there in sort of an optimal, zone. It does not really matter. And then a super high amount of zinc. So there's a couple of things that happen just at first blush when I'm looking at this with phos levels this high, which is going to be native to your soil. There's no way that you would have put enough phosphorus on to jack this out of the world. So your phosphorus and your iron are going to be tied together in a sense to where the phosphorus is going to keep the iron from being available to the plant, which is why that's also really high. So you'd be supplementing with iron through plant tissue in order to have that be taken up until some of this phosphorus begins to unwind. What was your typical lawn plan?
Basically just buying a couple of bags of Scots and Organite and throwing that down.
Mm-hmm.
But the Scots, I really don't like using that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and then when and how did you start to change things last year?
Well, when I started watching all your videos and Alan's and Pete's and everything, and then I realized there's better products out there that I could use and get my soil healthier and build up everything. It's unbelievable how it looks, and I didn't even put anything down yet this year.
Awesome. We're going to go immediately from now. We just talked about the things in the soil to what we're going to do to help. Part of the way that I did this giveaway is I wanted to make sure that everything you needed was going to come from me so that you could deck this place out, like get it balanced the way that you wanted to. Well, here's what we've done. When I talked to John the other day and saw these soil reports for the first time, I was looking at the potassium level, seeing that it was low. As far as liquid potassium and moving the needle in a big way, it doesn't really work. There's not a great way to do that unless you're putting down pounds and pounds of potassium to change that number. If you're just running a high analysis liquid, you still can't get enough out to really make a big dent. What I chose to do was actually to take sulfate of potash, which is one of our core ingredients, which is a 0050, and I have sent about 3.5 pounds of it based on his lawn size over so that he can have that to throw down and balance out his K levels. So that is not a product that we sell on a regular basis. This is a nutrient that we use in our liquids to get K in there. But in order to get the right amount out on the size of his lawn, I wanted to make sure that he had that and he could just go ahead and spread it. So then the other things that we're going to go strong on is humic, RGS, and aerate. We've got quite a bit of that coming. 402 for his vegetable gardens. We've got 1801 coming for his nitrogen this year. And I can't remember what, a 700. We threw 700 in there to get some nice liquid iron. So all in all, Johnny's ending up with about 150 pounds of material coming to his house for his, what is it, 1,500 square foot lawn?
Yeah, if that.
Yeah, about 1,500 square feet. So he's going to have we're taking this soil report and we're taking it out over the next 2 years, and he's going to have this thing totally decked out.
I can't wait.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. The 002, that was the one thing I missed. So 002 is going in there too, because we are going to get an up on that.
That's magic, that stuff. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's going to help with your boron and copper and help move some of those up. It'll move the needle up a little bit there. So we should be moving into a really good balance even as we get to the end of this year, and I'll probably pull another soil report and take a look at it and see what we've managed to change as we come into wintertime, say 45 days after the last feeding. We'll take a look at it again and see where we're at.
That sounds great. I'll tell you, people that walk by and everything, gardeners on the block, they say, what are you putting down on this lawn? How does this look like this? Everybody else's lawn will be burnt up and everything, and mine's green and beautiful.
That's awesome. Unreal. That's awesome. Killer. All right. Well, I was just, before I called you, I just filmed a little spot talking about how the 15,000 subscriber giveaway is going to be coming up. And so we're going to be doing it again.
That's coming up real soon.
All right, buddy. Well, I'm going to let you get back to your day, get out there and go spray away. And I got a whole lot of other trouble to get into.
Sounds good.
All right, buddy. I will be talking to you real soon.
I appreciate the call, and thank you again for everything.
Sounds good, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, great call. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, see ya. Bye. And that's that. All right, y'all. So I hope you really enjoyed that video. There was a lot of information, kind of a lot of things covered off here. It wasn't the sort of special effect extravaganza that we've been doing, but hey, it was a fun day. Great conversation with John. I'm so happy to have you on board, my friend. And there's a lot more coming. So stay tuned, and I'll see you real soon. Later.